Welcome everyone to another episode of Geek Vibes Interview brought to you by Geek Vibes Nation. I'm your host, Don Fisher, and today I have with me an actor, a writer, a producer. You know him from projects such as The Swarm, The Lawyer, Zero Dark 30, and Dying of the Light. Here to talk about his upcoming film, Gladiator II, I'm pleased to welcome Alexander Karim.
Hey, hey.
How are you doing, man?
I'm fantastic, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Nice.
Um, I guess we'll jump right in.
Sure.
So I know that you're a fan, like many of us,
Mm.
of this franchise. It's a huge movie, and there's not many movies where we know a sequel's coming and we don't get excited. You get
Mhm.
kind of on the edge. You're like, are they gonna be able to capture that same feeling? But then once you see like the cast that gets released, you're like, oh, okay, they're
All
swinging for
right.
the fences. So, what is it like, joining this powerhouse cast?
It all happens in steps. So first you get first I got this, first you find out that you're going to be directed by Ridley Scott, which is Ridley Scott, I'm from a family of filmmakers. Both my brothers are directors, and Ridley's Alien, behind the scenes for Alien was on repeat in our house as the first behind the scenes we ever saw. And so he's like he's a god in our house. So that's just the first step. Then you find out that, there's Denzel and Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal and Connie Nielsen and there's Derek Jacob. I mean, there's just everybody in it. And then obviously you start worrying, am I going to ruin it? Am I going to ruin the legacy of one of the greatest films that's ever been made? But you soon find a place of relaxation when you realize, you know what, Ridley Scott's directing this. We're going to be fine. We're going to be
Yeah,
fine.
good hands,
Yeah.
really good hands. Um, so I know your character Ravi is close with Paul's character Lucius. Can you speak to kind of not only working with Paul, but like transporting yourself mentally to this era, especially as a man of color?
Mm. I mean, working with Paul, both of those, it's a great question because both of those are very sort of intertwined. My first stepping into it, I was like, okay, so it's an era. I'm stepping into this era, but I really wanted to focus on it not being of the era. I wanted it to be about two men, two guys who, and how does friendship occur? How do you become friends with someone, and what is it to just have a buddy? You know what I mean? Like his life is chaos around him, and then he has these moments, these aisles of sanity with Ravi, where it's just like two guys just talking, just having a chat, which is what he needs in his life. I mean, uh, he's basically an abandoned child. His father died, his mom abandoned him. He thinks, and so he's got no one, and he needs love in his life and camaraderie. Um, and so I really didn't want to play the era. I didn't want it to be, heightened in any way. I wanted it to feel real and connected and grounded. And working with Paul, I mean, it's just, I mean, the man's a master. I mean, he's truly incredible, absolutely incredible. And he has something that I think that a lot of something that you see rarely, which is the ability to be hard and soft at the same time. It's an ability that you see in actors like Marlon Brando or young Pacino, De Niro.
Right.
You see, it's rare. A lot of times you'll see a superhero and they're tough and they're hard and they've got the muscles, but Paul just balances those two perfectly, which is and so it's very easy to just be a guy with him and just have a conversation, and that's how that's how the scenes
Right.
played out.
Nice. Uh, and okay, so lastly, your brother did a TED Talk years ago, and he said when they go into a theater, you sign a contract to suspend disbelief, and then the creator has the responsibility of conveying emotion and entertaining and things of that sort. So, what do you hope the audiences take away from this film?
I hope they take away. I mean, they're going in expecting to see blood and gore and epic battle scenes, and that's what they're going to get, absolutely. But I think that's something that people often forget or miss when they're talking about the Gladiator movies, the one and two, is the heart, the love, and the emotions of them, and that they're really, really intimate, beautiful stories of longing and love and respect and camaraderie, and I think that that's what separates Gladiator from your other, high, octane action movies, is that there's actually a story, a real story about people, and it just happens to be set in one of the most exciting times in human history.
Well, that's my time. I appreciate you. I can wait for everyone to see this grand. I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna say that it's better than the original because the original is so special.
Yeah.
But I'll let them make that decision. Thank you for your time,
Thank you.
and we'll talk again sometime.
Absolutely.